Hey, and welcome to the WP Warm-Up video demo. In this specific video demo, I want to share with you how this video course is beneficial for you. Now, if the thought of setting up a WordPress blog is kind of mind-boggling for you, you don't exactly know where to start, then this is probably the video course for you. This video course goes in depth from the basics, from how to set up your WordPress blog, what you need, what kind of tools you need to get started, how to set up the domain, how to set up the web hosting, and so forth. So it really starts from the scratch and doesn't assume that you know anything. So the way that this was created was so that you can set up your WordPress blog, maintain it, and run it effectively. Now you can go through the sales letter if you want, but I'm going to go straight down here so I can talk about the videos individually. There are 13 videos as part of this video series. The first video is the introduction to WordPress and the introduction to the system. So I talk about what the tools you need, all these different things that you need to understand before you get started. From video 2 to video number 13, it's all screen capture, which means everything that I do is step by step and click by click. So you can follow me step by step and click by click, and it's very, very easy as long as you can follow along. So video number 2, I talk about getting things ready. You understand in video number 1 the tools that you're going to need, the things that you're going to need, and you actually don't need to have any more than $15 to get started. You need a domain name, you need web hosting, and so forth, but there are other tools that you're going to need as well. So video number 2, I talk about how to get everything started, how to set up your domain name, how to connect it with your web hosting company, and how to use FTP and things like that, all the technical stuff that might be a roadblock for you. And then video number 3, we talk about the 3-step installation using Fantastico. Now, Fantastico comes with cPanel, which is a web hosting platform. Most web hosting companies have this platform, so if that's the case, then you can use this 3-step installation, which is very, very easy to use, and I'll show you that in video number 3. Now, if you don't have the cPanel or Fantastico, don't fret, don't worry about it, because I got you covered. Video number 4, I talk about how to manually install WordPress. Now, it's really not as hard as you think. It's actually very easy, but I show you step by step how to go about doing this, so I don't leave you in the dark. So if you're able to set it up in video 3, of course you can skip down to video 5. So these 2 videos primarily deal with installation of WordPress. Video number 5 is a dashboard walkthrough. After you've installed the WordPress system, it's time to give you a tour of the dashboard, which is pretty much the administrative panel that controls everything within the WordPress system. So I'll give you a walkthrough because sometimes if you look at it, it can be quite overwhelming, but it really is not overwhelming at all. And video number 6 is themes. I talk about how to find themes, how to find free themes, and how to go about installing these themes onto your WordPress website. Video number 7, we'll talk about plugins. Plugins are basically things that allow you to add software applications and things like that to your WordPress site. For example, if you want to create forums, you want to add slideshows, you want to customize your website, and so forth, you'll want to use plugins. I'll show you how to use plugins, how to find plugins, how to separate good ones from the bad ones, and most importantly, how to install the plugins onto your WordPress site. Video number 8, we'll talk about SEO optimizing your blog. What that means is basically anytime you set up a website, you want to make sure that it is search engine friendly. If your site is not search engine friendly, and let's say the Google bot comes and looks at your website, if it doesn't know what your blog is all about or your website, then you're not really going to get good ranking. In fact, most people skimp out on this step. So I wanted to make sure that I cover this so that you do get some good rankings initially. Video number 9, we're going to talk about categories, links, and more. How to categorize your content, how to set up links and so forth. Video number 10 is widgets. Widgets. What are widgets? Well, if you look at a WordPress site, and to the right side, you'll see a sidebar. Parts of the WordPress website or WordPress blogging platform are widgetized, which basically means that you can customize your website, parts of it and things like that. So let's say, for example, that I'm using a plugin and I have a slideshow plugin. What I could do is insert it into a widget. Let's say there's a widget here and here's a header here. I could just drag and drop it here so that I customize the website. There's a lot more stuff that you can do with widgets, but I don't want to talk about too much in this video demo. Video number 11, we'll talk about blog posts, how to create a blog post, how to use the editor that is within the blog post area. Video number 12, we're going to talk about uploading images. We're talking about uploading different types of media like images. And then in video number 3, we talk about uploading and adding video. There's several avenues that you can go about doing this, but the way I show you is very simple and straightforward so that you can save time and money. So feel free to read this sales letter, but I just wanted to talk about how these specific videos, what they're all about, so that you can understand how it can actually benefit you. So go ahead and read the sales letter, and I hope that you'll be able to set up your WordPress site quickly and easily.